that is uh, the main functional part of an airport. That those are number five. That is runway, taxiway, apron, hangar, and terminal building. In the previous class, we have discussed about the design of taxiway. Now, today, the last part of an airport, that is terminal building, we will discuss about the design factors, the basic design factors and basic design principles of terminal building. Now, I am starting. Is the node visible? If not visible, please let me know. Yes, I think now the node is visible, and this is the last topic of this module, airport engineering, that is the design of terminal building. Now, first of all, we have to know what are the functions of terminal building. What is terminal building? That is the uh, first building in which we have to enter before going to check-ins and boarding to the aircraft. That building, that front side building is the terminal building, and this is the connection between the land side portion, that is if someone is traveling through some vehicles or train or bus maybe, then from that to the airport, that is the airport airside airside portion of the airport, the connection between those two parts, that is land side to the air side, the connection is the terminal building, and this is the first part while entering into an airport. The now the main function of the terminal building is to change the movement type. Movement type means obviously the mode of transportation. Maybe we can write it here, the change of movement type, that is the change of mode of transportation. Okay, that is from car, train, bus, that is from the land side to the aircraft or aeroplane. Okay, and another function, this is the main function, that is change of movement type. That's the main function of a terminal building. And another thing is that, another point is that the processing of that movement or that travel, in that point of function, the checking and ticket collection formalities and other security checks, security formalities uh, are done in that terminal building. Now the main function is to change the mode of transportation, and the required function of the terminal building is all the required formalities, which are actually the basic need for an air traveling. Okay, now these three are the basic facilities which a terminal building had to provide to the passengers. That is, that to provide the circulation, processing, and holding space. That is, if someone is entering into an airport, first of all, he or she has to get some space to circulate all his functions, all his required jobs, and to process the required or mandatory formalities and the waiting space. These three functions, basic functions, one who is tending to travel through an aircraft has to be provided. That is circulation, processing, and holding space. Circulation means going to and fro in the terminal building. Processing is the processing of the mandatory formalities, and holding space is the waiting space or waiting lounge in the terminal building. Next facility is all these three functions has to be operated smoothly. That means proper and required space. Space means obviously the uh, floor space, actually floor space is required to make these three facility, that is circulation, processing, and holding, in a smooth and proper way. That much of space should be provided to a single passenger. And last one is, this is the luxury requirement of an airport user. That is, obviously airport is not used by some uh, general mass. Obviously airport is used by some not by ordinary people, but in some emergency cases, and obviously who needs or who require or who want some level of service or executive service. Now in case of emergency service, emergency in case of emergency, some of uh, general mass or ordinary people like us maybe may use the airport, but in some cases, in case of business lounges or in case of executive lounges, this level of service is an luxury requirement for a single passengers who is tending to the use of airport. Okay, so these 3 points must be considered in the designing of terminal building. Now, these are the parts of terminal buildings which are to be designed. That is, a terminal building, obviously this terminal building can be made for, maybe made for passengers, cargos. Cargos means the goods, large sized container containing goods. Those are cargos, or maybe other purposes also. Passengers, cargos, these are the main users of aircraft. Passengers may be boarded to other place, or cargos may be transferred to other place through the aircraft. These are the two main users of aircraft, and for these two things, these are the main parts which are required for a terminal building. If we required, then I can use the point, that is front side terminal, that is the entrance of the terminal building. Next point is visitors area or check-in area. Visitors area means after the front side area or the entrance, you have to check in into the airport, and that part is visitors area or check-in area. This part, that next part, that is soft retails. Obviously, there are some parts of retail shops uh, from which some passengers may buy some necessary or some luxury things in the terminal building. Next part is security hold area and baggage makeup area. Security hold area means this area is used for security checking, and you have to submit your luggages to the aircraft authorities so that those can be transferred to the baggage area in the aircraft, and all those checkings and baggage and passengers, obviously all those checkings are done in this area, security hold area and baggage makeup area. Passengers meet and greet areas. In this part, the arriving and the departing passengers are meeting and greeting to each other, and there must be some space provided for that function also, because aircraft is used to travel to a far away distance. So you have to provide some space where departing and arriving passengers and the familiar peoples are meeting and greeting in that place. Next part is in nowadays in any of the airport you may visit, these kind of airlines offices, counters for tour and travel agencies are there in all the airports, because some business they may accelerate their business in that place where this that is actually the airport is the junction of traveling to the air side or through aircraft. In that junction, if these airlines offices or counters are maybe provided, then obviously their business will be accelerated, because all those passengers will be accumulated in that space at the end. Last but not the least, obviously, this part is the level of service, that is the lounges for business class and executive class passengers. These kind of services nowadays is mandatory for any airport, because obviously I have just discussed that these types of executive and business class aircraft are used by not by ordinary people but some uh, extraordinary people or rich people, so that executive lounges for business class and all those classes must be provided in the terminal building, and all these things should be provided in terminal buildings. That is, these parts are not only for the necessary but also the to increase the level of service. Now, now coming to the design principles. Actually, this is the main part of the design of terminal building. I am just prepared. I have just prepared this short note regarding the design principles. If you require, I can provide a broad note regarding this. But today I am discussing in brief the design principles of terminal buildings. First of all, first thing you have to do before going to design a terminal building is that forecasting the traffic level. This one is the main principle, that is the forecasting traffic levels of peak hours. That is, you have to forecast how much traffic is there, who is actually who actually will uh, use the aircraft or accordingly the terminal building. That much of traffic is actually the user of that terminal building. So obviously you have to forecast before going to design an airport and as well as the terminal building, and that forecasting the final result is coming from the average weekday of peak month with 15 to 20% factor of safety. Now average weekday of peak month means, first of all, you have to find out the peak month. That means in that month, the traffic volume is largest. Maybe in some month of vacation like October or December or something like that. In our country, obviously, in other countries, that time may be vary. And you have to first find out the peak month of the year. Next, you have to divide it by 4 to get the weekday or week traffic, and finally you have to average or divide it by 7 to get the average weekday for the peak month. That means this is the maximum traffic or maximum users that those actually can use the may use the terminal building as well as the airport within a year. In a year, this much of traffic, which is the greatest in 1 year, and throughout the year maybe the less amount of traffic may use that airport or the terminal building. First of all, you have to find out this, find out not only find out, you have to forecast the traffic volume, that is average weekday of peak month, and then you have to increase the value with 15 to 20% of factor of safety. That means that is multiplied by 1.15 to 1.2, and that is the traffic design traffic volume for that airport and for that terminal building. Now, why this forecasting of traffic levels is required is that the reason is to provide the level of service. To provide a standardized level of service, you have to find out, you have to forecast that traffic volume so that a optimum level or optimum space may be provided to each single passengers. Optimum required space means not large, not smaller or lesser than required to provide a standardized level of service. Now, to uh, calculate or to provide a level of service, you have to just divide the area of terminal building divide by the traffic volume. That may be 10,000, that may be 1 lakhs, 10 lakhs, maybe that may vary to place, to country to country, but you have to divide the floor area of terminal building by the traffic volume, and that particular value coming from that calculation is the space that is provided to single passengers. And if that space is not sufficient to provide a standardized level of service, then obviously that terminal building has the less level of service, and that is not desirable for any kind of any airport in any parts of the country. Level of service must be standardized. This is the basic criteria, sorry, not basic obviously. This is the mandatory criteria for an airport or for a terminal building, okay. Now this sentence, that is when LOS is higher, LOS means level of service, is higher, more space is required and provided also, and when LOS is lesser, then less space is required and obviously less space is provided for a single passenger. Now, this one is also an important part, that is this LOS concept is functioning on the space-time correlation. Now, if maximum space is provided, minimum waiting time is required. Obviously, aircraft or air transportation is used by those users who have less time in their hand, who are very much busy in their jobs, and obviously for that reason they are using the aircraft and the airport. And for those, if time required for all the processing is large, then they will not use the aircraft or the airport. And for those, minimum or optimum waiting time must be provided for each passengers, and for that optimum space must be provided for passengers, and maximum space, if maximum space is provided, then minimum waiting time is required for all the processing. And uh, this is the correlation of space time, relation between the space time, and this is the main or the main principle for designing the terminal building. Now, next principle is that the flow analysis of the passengers. Now, passenger flow is occur through this path, that is departure or arrival and transfer, that is some people or some user is arriving to the airport, they are using terminal building and then boarding to the aircraft and transfer to the other place, or for some people who is departing to the airport from some other place coming to the airport, and then they are departing from the airport to the terminal building. This is the uh, passenger flow. Now, now the real passenger flow is uh, occurred actually through some entry of some passengers, then he or she has to check in, and he has to be checked in, and then some security check, and then screening, then customs and immigration, then he or she will be boarded to the aircraft, and obviously the opposite flow will be uh, required for some departing passengers, and this flow you have to analyze obviously to provide the service or to provide the space to require to actually less time requirement. Now, the final design principle is to configure, okay, both this part and this part also bold. Configure of server and space. Server means service, okay, okay. If service and configure of service and space, for that there are several varieties of formulas which may be used to formulate the space requirement from the number of traffic or from the volume of traffic which is forecasted at the first step of the terminal building design principles. From this traffic volume, we have to just formulate the required space. That is, I have already discussed that you have to first uh, equal to calculate the average weekday for the peak month, and finally uh, that much traffic volume is used to divide the total space in the terminal building, and that should be in the prescribed value of space requirement. Now this part is not very much important, but for your semester purpose, if this type of question you will face that the design factors which are basically the key factors in terminal building design. These are like this. What is passenger flow? We have discussed. Walking distance, obviously, in transportation engineering also, there must be a uh, distance between the passengers who are using the terminal building. That walking distance must be provided. That means space must be provided. Level of service that we have discussed, and processing time, that is the time required for all the processing, all the formalities, that should be lesser to make the airport and the terminal building attractive to the passengers. Security. Security means obviously security checking must be done perfectly so that a proper security can be provided to all the passengers, and for that time will be required, more time will be required, and for that obviously space must be uh, provided, larger space must be provided to accommodate this much time for security checking. This is the luxury purpose, that is the ambience. If the architectural design of an airport or the terminal building, actually we are uh, designing the terminal building aesthetically so that airport users may be attracted to that airport, and users, the number of users may be increased. Retail experience, this is another factor or another luxury factor, and that is the shop retailers, the food courts, and all those must be provided so that the experience will be good for any passengers. Okay, efficient public transportation, obviously to go and fro from the airport, and from the airport uh, the transportation or the traveling experience must be good for any passengers. Amenities, obviously amenities are the special services which are provided other than the necessary services for any passengers. Those are amenities, and obviously not the base, all those food courts and all those things, but toilets and uh, uh, washrooms like that. Okay, those amenities must be sorry, present in the terminal building as well as the airport. Okay, and last one is the wayfinding, that is the terminal building should be designed so that the path traveling by a user is not very much critical or complex. That may be straight path that user may use and wayfinding may be easier for them. Okay, these are the basic principles and the design factors. Sorry. Design principles an for an airport terminal building. Okay, now this is the end of this module, that is airport engineering. If you require more notes or more write-ups, then please inform me. I can provide more material to you. All those notes I have provided you previously, all those and this one also is the gist of your full syllabus. Okay, and these are the important parts which you may face questions from in your semester exam.